guys, welcome to my YouTube channel and don't forget to like and subscribe. Today, our topic is real estate, and in real estate, we are going to find out simple tips to ensuring the happiness of Airbnb kind of a guest. Remember, your most paramount kind of a rule to do when you have any kind of Airbnb guest is to make sure that they are happy at any kind of a given time. So, which are the ways in which you can make sure that your Airbnb kind of a guest is happy when they are occupying your kind of an apartment? Number one, quick responses. When you have your kind of a guest who has a right to occupy your house, or rather, when they are staying there in your kind of a house and they ask you a kind of a question, you should have immediate response. This is because if you don't answer their kind of questions that they ask you, they'll think maybe there is a problem with kind of reservation, and they might start thinking looking of another kind of an apartment elsewhere when they are staying in your kind of Airbnb kind of a house. Number two, local recommendations. When you have a kind of a guest occupier for your kind of Airbnb kind of a house, and I base my example on a kind of a diasporan kind of a client who has come to occupy, for example, your house, and they don't know anywhere apart from your kind of a house, you should let them know that there are places where they can visit. Maybe there are places they can go out and go and check animals like Kenya wildlife. Maybe they can go for the beaches. Maybe there are places where, or there's a park where they can go and relax. This is because if you don't give them any kind of by not giving them any kind of recommendation, they will start maybe going through the internet and they start googling for themselves somewhere where they can go and visit, and maybe they'll feel that you are not being good enough to them because you for example, you are a resident where they are staying and you know places where they could visit, but you ignore that kind of information to them. So number three, welcome note with any kind of a detail of the property. When you talk of a welcome note, for example, it's just something to just make them feel special. For example, you could have some kind of an information. You tell them about the web, for example, the password of their Wi-Fi. Because remember, Airbnb kind of a house is a house that is fully furnished, and of course, it has internet. And maybe, for example, they don't. Of course, when they have come, they don't know about the Wi-Fi and how it works. The password. For example, when they are leaving a house for a house, what do they place their keys to? How do the keys operate? At least that one, at least it will make them feel very special because they'll not start wondering to know how do these kind of things work. Or for example, I want to access maybe my internet, but yet you don't have any details about the password. So, when you don't give that kind of an information, of course, they will not feel special. So, it is very important, of course, to make sure that you give them every kind of a detail about your property. Number four, snacks or drinks. It is very important when any kind of a property owner is giving or is renting his or her Airbnb kind of an apartment to provide some kind of light snacks, for example, like chips, crackers, you have nuts, and maybe some bottles of water in the fridge. This kind of a guest, I'm assuming as he or she has come from very far and he has traveled miles and maybe has kids. They are so tired, so they don't have time to go out. And maybe the first time they get into your house, they go to the kitchen, they find there are some snacks. Of course, they'll feel more at ease and they'll feel so special and they'll have a lot of happiness because they know this kind of a property owner, of course, they care about us. At least we'll have something to take and maybe have a rest as we think on maybe on what is the next meal. And that way, at least they'll feel at ease. Also, you can provide maybe some kind of maybe two bottles of also of maybe soda in the fridge, cause that one it can make that is something very small, but it might make the difference between a 4 or 5 star kind of a review when the time or rather when the tenants of that kind of a guest comes to an end. Number five, activities. It is very important as a property owner to kind of provide, for example, those kind of cheap kind of video games. Cause maybe your guest is occupying your house, maybe they want to be indoors. And you know, sometimes when you are staying indoors, it can be very boring. If they have to entertain themselves, it will be boring. Maybe assuming also they have kids, they'll be bored. Cause there's nothing to keep them busy. You could provide maybe those kind of cars where maybe they can play those kind of video games. You don't have to go to an extra mile or spending a lot on those kind of video kind of games that you get. You can get cheap ones but very nice ones that can be entertaining for your guests at any given kind of a time. Cause remember, there are some guests when they come, they just want to be indoors. So you have to give them being occupied without them having to think, oh, where can I go and watch this kind of a game? Where can I take my kid to this and this? Those kind of a place to go and maybe see these kind of games. But when you have those kind of games there, the clans will feel very comfortable and very special, and thereby they'll even be feeling like, or rather, if they have got no other kind of businesses to do, they might even end up extending the kind of tenancy, and thereby you, as the property owner, you'll be in a position to have a long-term kind of a tenant. And it's all that for today. Till next time, bye bye, and don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Bye bye.